Do you want to get back on track with sugar? After Christmas, we can be stuck with some bad habits. Now, I'm not demonizing sugar at all, and I always promote a balanced diet and not a restrictive diet. But it can be difficult once we have had Christmas to get back to our normal routine. And if you're finding that you're craving sugar a bit more, if you've got into that habit of having it in the house every day and eating it all the time when you really don't want to eat it all the time, then I've got some more sort of tips for you. Now, you can just go sort of cold turkey and just make sure you haven't got anything in the house, try some distraction and that kind of thing, but being more realistic is likely to be more helpful. So what I suggest that you do is, if you do find that you're sort of wanting something sweet after a meal, is first of all you can do something like a little compromise. So that's where you have something like a little bit of the chocolate, and then maybe you have something a little bit more nourishing or substantial. So for example, some nuts or maybe a little bit of fruit or something like that. Another thing you can do is you can swap the craving for something sweet like chocolates and sweet treats and things for something that is sweet and yes has natural sugars in, but hasn't got some of those more palatable ingredients. So you could have something like dried fruit, like dates, which are very sweet and do kind of hit the spot a little bit, but they're more nourishing and don't spike the blood sugar levels quite so much. So it could be that you make some swaps and actually have something like that, or even just some fruit. Now obviously fruit can be like berries and things like that. They're not particularly sweet and sugary at all, so they're good. But if you are wanting something sweet, it's not going to cut it, is it? But you could have something like a little bit of tropical fruit. And I'm not saying that these things don't contain sugar and that you should eat loads of these instead. But what I'm saying is there's a little gradual tailoring off and weaning off the sugar. You can just make these little swaps. So first of all, if you can try and reduce things in the house, that would be useful, and get people on board in the family with that, and talk about everybody how that can be supportive. And if someone is asking you to buy lots of sweet things, maybe you need to have a conversation with them about that. Secondly, sometimes we need a little bit of a distraction because it can become a little bit of a habit when we're bored or feeling a bit flat after a busy day. And the third thing is, can you make some little swaps? Whether that is a little compromise with a little bit of something and then something else like nuts, or something that's more substantial, or maybe something that is quite sweet but not quite got the same ingredients, like something like dates, or maybe a little bit of fruit to slightly wean yourself off the sweet things, and then just do that sort of gradually. Just the idea being so that you're back in the driving seat with sugar and you can enjoy it in a balanced way.